So we got some good news and some bad news. As I've been saying over the last couple of days, I've been doing videos, is that boxing season is back. So which means if you know me, of course, there's certain fights that I will never miss, which is majority of the fights that are televised or that I can see. But when a fighter like Anthony Mundine is fighting, I'm a big fan of Anthony Mundine. I've explained why I'm a big fan a long time ago. So I'm just going to say this. If he was brought to the States 10 or so years ago, he would have been an international superstar because he is exciting to watch. And also, he has the ability to be able to be the bad guy. He's able to sell his fights. So he's fighting a fighter by the name of Charles Hatley in November 11th, if I'm correct. Let me make sure. Yeah, November 11th. He's the WBC Silver Champion at 154 pounds, meaning he's the WBC mandatory for Floyd Mayweather at 154 pounds. The good news is this. The good news is if he wins, he'll likely, well, he could be elevated to be the full WBC champion at 154 pounds, accomplishing his goal of being a world champion in descending weight classes 168, 160, 154. I forgot. It's a little early. Was he a champion at 75 pounds? I know he fought at 170, but I'm trying to figure out if he had one of the main belts at 170 pounds. I'll know the next time I do another video on him around fight week. But as it stands right now, if you don't know T Street Controversy Live, we have made major advancements in media and we provide full coverage for fights. And now that we have some friends down in Australia, we're going to be providing full credential coverage, or doing our best to provide full credential coverage over here in the States for Mundine versus Hatley. Hatley is from Dallas, Texas, so we'll try to get somebody down in the area to where he trains to try to get some workout footage for fans who are interested. When it comes to Anthony Mundine, we're going to get somebody to the media workout for Mundine. We're going to get somebody to the press conferences and a weigh-in. And right now, I'm actually pretty excited for the fight because I am an Anthony Mundine fan, and also I know that I'm all for people who are trying to accomplish a dream. This man is 40 years old. He'll be 41 next May, and he's trying to do something that's never been done in boxing before. You know, if I'm correct, being a champion in descending weight classes. Now, of course, he was supposed to fight Austin Trout, got an ear infection. Then the fight was supposed to be rescheduled. He's supposed to fight Austin Trout on PBC, by the way. I believe it was PBC on CBS. Then the fight got rescheduled. Then he didn't like the financial terms. Then Andre was trying to get a piece. Demetrius Andre was actually going to go over to Australia to fight Mundine, but that deal fell apart. Whatever reason, I don't know. Since Demetrius Andre, has been stripped of his title. So officially stripped of his title. So right now, Mundine is in a situation where here's the bad news. If he's not elevated to full champion win, or if Floyd Mayweather retires, because remember, Floyd Mayweather is the 154-pound WBC champion. Anthony Mundine is the WBC 154-pound mandatory. So it's looking like that Anthony Mundine may have to fight. If he doesn't get elevated to full champion, he may have to fight either Jermell Charlo or the twin brothers Charlo or Venus Martirosyan. In my opinion, he don't want to see one of the Charlo brothers. He wants to fight Venus Martirosyan. So if I'm pretty sure that he probably knows this, or his team is looking at the rankings to pretty much see how the situation is going to play out. But this is the closest he ever been to actually obtaining a really, the 154 WBC is a very, very prestigious belt. So, if he was to get his hands on that, then, in my opinion, he should retire. Maybe defend it once, but then retire. Because I would see that there's really not much more for him to do in his career. So I look at it like this. November 11th, 2015, I'm going to be covering the fight. We're going to be doing our best to have somebody at that fight. And I'm pretty excited for that fight. So you got Anthony Mundine versus Charles Hatley for the WBC Silver title at 154 pounds. If you don't know what the WBC Silver is, Gennady Golovkin has that in the WBC interim, which is the reason why he's the mandatory for Miguel Cotto. Long story short, November 11th, 2015 in Melbourne, Australia. It's going to be on like a Tuesday or Wednesday morning, maybe Thursday if I'm correct. I'm going to be up that morning covering the fight because that's what I do. This is T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live.